The fundamental flaw of Turley's analysis, Sean Trendy made a similar kind of analysis where he said it was okay that Hillary Clinton walked, but it was okay to prosecute Trump. How Sean Trendy at Real Clear Politics pretends to be anything other than a Trump hater now. He's been caught lying repeatedly about Trump. Tom Bevan at Real Clear Politics should reassess who he has there. Sean's an old friend of mine, but he's gone full TDS for a while, ever since he went up to Ohio State. There's one core problem with all of these claims. This is the elected president of the United States. He determines if a document's classified or not. He determines a document is secret or not. He determines whether it's a government document or not. Congress can't do that. Justice Department can't do that. The intelligence community can't do that. This is an indictment saying Donald Trump used his own documents, kept his own documents, liked his own documents, and didn't want to give his own documents back. That's his constitutional right. So the problem with this case is the entire case is bogus. Instead, this is an attempt of the deep state to overturn our constitutional democracy, to say that they can tell the world when their secrets get to be disclosed. That's what this case is premised on. Donald Trump rebutting the lies of General Milley, who lied to Bob Woodward, who claimed that he had stopped Trump from waging war in Iran, when it was actually Trump that stopped Milley from waging war in Iran. Now, here Milley is, by the admission of the indictment, leaking actual information that he was not entitled to disclose, that he was not entitled to declassify, that he was not entitled to declare a personal record, that is subject to national security information laws because he is a lesser official subject to those laws. And yet there has been no indictment, not even investigation of Milley, and he's still in legal office today with Republicans in Congress doing jack about it. By contrast, the president, who is vested by the second article of the United States Constitution with all executive power. That means the president decides any information that comes in is classified for his benefit and his alone. It is only secret for his benefit and his alone. It is only national security information for his benefit and his alone. He can unilaterally declare anything declassified, not national security, a personal record, anytime he wants. The mere act of taking the documents with him, and let's remember, he's not taking original source documents. All of those exist because, as has been pointed out by members of Congress on a range of places, these are all digital documents, so they're digitally stored. So this is only about the president having rights to his documents as a matter of constitutional law. These are all his documents. The Presidential Records Act merely reflects that. I mean, I had these people saying, oh, he can't do this. Congress says otherwise with the national security. Imagine if Congress passed a law tomorrow that said, we hereby declare that if the president executes any of his second article duties, that is hereby a crime and goes to prison. That would be patently unconstitutional. They have no authority to limit the executive branch under Article 2. They are given zero executive enforcement powers. The unelected bureaucracy is given zero constitutional powers. They only have any powers at all because the president gave it to them. So consequently, the entire charge is nonsense. All the alleged crimes are gibberish. They are a direct attack on constitutional government in America. It is an attempt to say, we, the deep state, get to tell you what is and isn't a secret. We, the deep state, get to tell you what is and isn't classified. We, the deep state, get to tell you what is and isn't national security information. And even your elected president can't tell you our secrets or he goes to prison. That is how dangerous this criminal prosecution is. This goes way past Trump. This is the deep state war on democracy, such that if this crime is upheld, we don't have a constitutional democracy anymore. We have a deep state run government that has killed the Constitution in America. Different things. All the declassification laws, all the national security information laws, all the Presidential Records Act laws clarify is that all these laws are about everybody except the president. because constitutionally they cannot limit the president. Imagine being you have your own company and you're the sole owner of your company, and you write a set of rules for your employees, and then you don't live by those rules. So what? Right? Like, let's say I wrote rules that say before you write a brief, do these 5 things. And then I write a brief that doesn't do those 5 things. Does that make me what I've done like illegal somehow? No, because the source of the rules are me. So the point is that the president can't be governed or limited by any of these rules, nor is this new. So the second issue that comes up with this, that most people have looked at the statute. I'm saying the statute reflects the Article 2. That's what this is all about fundamentally. Who has the power under Article 2? The elected president of the United States or the unelected deep state? Jack Smith said the unelected deep state. He, in fact, who did he thank? He didn't thank the American people. He thanked the men and women of the intelligence community. This is a CIA indictment. This is an intelligence community indictment. This is a deep state indictment. Not only meant to take out Trump and interfere in the 2024 election, not only to deny us, the American people, the right to pick our own president, but the right of us, the American people, to know the secrets of our government when our elected president decides to share them with us. That's what Patrick Henry said long ago. If you allow too many secrets, you will destroy government. You will destroy liberty. You will empower tyranny. That's why the Snowden Reader book is behind. That's what Julian Assange's argument has been for several decades. He said the great danger to liberty in the world are the secrets kept by the elites in the deep state apparatus and intelligence communities and military industrial complexes. And now they're saying Trump, I mean, let's get the backstory here. The backstory is General Milley lied about him trying to trick Trump into going into war in Iran. And Trump stopped him. And then Milley went around lying to people, including Bob Woodward, saying that he stopped Trump from doing what Trump stopped Milley from doing. And so all Trump did says, I got documents, and he's using language so that they sound authoritative and impressive and all the rest. It has no legal bearing in a criminal context whatsoever, because again, these are his documents. He can do what he wants. When he left with them, they became his. How do we know that? Because a federal district court judge in the District of Columbia already established it a decade ago. Bill Clinton took tapes that had national security information on those tapes, had classified information on those tapes. He stuck them in his sock drawer. He refused to give them to the government, refused to give them to the archives, refused to consider them government records. He had made no formal designation of them as declassified. He hadn't gone through imagine these people are citing an executive order. This comes from the president. The idea that the president can somehow bind the president doesn't even make any sense. That binds everybody but the president, because constitutionally that's the way it has to be. And so here, but we can look at Clinton. Clinton didn't declassify anything in there. Clinton didn't go through any formalized process. Clinton didn't formally declare them his personal records. Clinton just took them, just like Trump did. And what did the federal district court say? It said under Article 2, under the Presidential Records Act, that is a decision solely for the president to make. The mere act of taking them made them his personal records, made them not public records, not national security records, not classified records, not records that belonged in the archives, and records that no one could compel him to even turn over. And so now Trump has clearly got a lot of bad legal advice throughout this entire process, because they should have fought this from day one. These are Trump's records, but they're indicting Trump over him keeping his own records, which are constitutionally his own records, statutorily his own records, and under existing the only legal precedent that exists, the Clinton case, his own records.
Now, if
disclose whatever he wants. Okay, and that's always been the case, because think about if it's otherwise. If it's otherwise, the deep state can keep secrets that the elected president can't tell the American people. We no longer have a constitutional democracy if this case is upheld.
But the argument, the rebuttal to that would be that once the president is out, while he's president, he can declassify whatever he wants. Once he's out, even if he takes them as his own personal property, he's lost the declassification privilege or power.
It's already automatically declassified by the fact that he took them. They're his personal records.
Okay, that's
the idea that classification can exist independent of the president, who the records were created during his administration or while he was president, he had access to them, would mean that you have these super secret documents that the president has to formally go through a specialized process to make public, or they're forever secret. It empowers the deep state over the president. That cannot happen.